No one lives on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. At that time, Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and afterwards he was hungry. The tempter approached and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command that these stones become loaves of bread." He said in reply, "It is written, one does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes forth from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city and made him stand on the parapet of the temple and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, show yourself down. For it is written, He will command His angels concerning you, and with their hands they will support you, lest you dash your foot against a stone." Jesus answered him, "Again it is written, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test." Then the devil took him up to the very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in their magnificence, and said to him, "All this I shall give to you, if you will prostrate yourself and worship me." At this, Jesus said to him, "Get away, Satan. It is written, the Lord your God should you worship, and Him alone should you serve." Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and ministered to him. This is the gospel of the Lord. Please be seated. Hello. Buhay ba kayo dyan? Kaway-kaway din po kayo pag-retire. Kaway din po yung matawin nyo. May mga pagbabago na hindi natin kaya iwasan. And these are changes we cannot just avoid. Kaya, kaway-kaway mo ulit. Today is the first Sunday of Lent, and we have quite a different way of entering the season. A quite different way of entering the season. It began with threats and fears. At this time, we are forced to look into our own hygiene, and even our church to make adjustment into their liturgy. What do I mean? Now, for today, we emphasize more on our personal cleanliness. For example, most of you here opt to wear masks, and maybe some of you bring your own pocket alcohol, and we begin to always disinfect our hands. We become conscious into keeping our immune system strong. These are things that we look into our hygiene now. Here in the church, you will notice there are no movements of leaders, no sacristan. The singing, the songs were stopped. The arrangement of the chairs were different now, where you are seated at least one seat away from the other, with large spaces between you. You will notice our doors and windows are forced to be open to ensure ventilation at all times. Hello. And if I may add some recommendation, holding hands while praying the Lord's Prayer is to be avoided. Communion by hand, not by mouth, is advised. Shaking of hands during the sign of peace was discouraged. Instead, a wave of hand or a nod of head is okay during the sign of peace. And in unprecedented move, masses in some churches, not only here in Japan, but also in other countries, were temporarily closed. This picture is taken in Singapore. They have no masses during the Ash Wednesday. So people will go at least for 3 church for them to get a packet of ashes. And while watching masses online or video, they will by themselves wipe themselves with ash. So this is, you will notice blessed ashes for Ash Wednesday, and then live stream of Mass is in Singapore. Indeed, a very different way of entering this Lenten season. If before, we always remind ourselves of the suffering of Jesus, now we witness suffering with our own eyes, and the fear of suffering like others. If before, we repeatedly remind people not to show off their ashes on the forehead, because from the Lord's teaching, when we fast, do not make yourself look sad and gloomy. But now, we no longer have to do so, since there are no ashes on the forehead to show. This picture is taken in the Philippines during Ash Wednesday. Faithfuls receive ashes not in the forehead, but on the top of their heads. And before, we only reflect on this crown of thorns. But now, we are very much conscious of another crown. Have you ever wondered why it was called a coronavirus? Alam niyo ba kung bakit coronavirus ang tawag sa kanya? At first, I did not realize it. But they were called coronavirus because under the microscope, the viruses have crown-like spikes expanding from their surfaces. So it was called corona. Its spikes sa kanyang outer surface looks like a crown, corona, because of its semblance to a crown. Therefore, many of us have become very fearful about it. Tama rin naman, it is just right for us to be careful and to be protected. Pero it can become at times unreasonable and at times unthinkable. Kaya nga, minsan na tayo may tissue paper, alcohol, na mask. Pero bago pa man dumating ang corona na ito, this coronavirus, may inauna na dito na mas mapanganib pa para sa atin. And we are being reminded about the vanity of worldly crown. Worldly crown are self-obsession with possessions, pride, and power. Ari-arian, sarili lang na inisip at kapangyarihan. We can do a checklist of this worldly crown. If there is urge in ourselves to accumulate. Kapag ang naman ang isip mo, material na bagay na lamang, sa lapit 24 hours, obsession yan, deadly yan. Kapag hindi na natin nakikita ang mabuti sa ating kapwa, hirap tayong umunawa, deadly yan. Kapag feeling natin, wala tayong kasalanan, wala tayong ginagawang pagkakamali, walang kailangang baguhin sa atin, deadly yan. Ito ang challenges sa atin ngayon na kailangan nating mapagtagumpayan. Ang labanan ng corona. Iba ka ng corona. Ang mapaglabanan ng corona, COVID-19, at ang tentasyon ng makamundong pagnanasa, worldly crown. Now, we have to remind ourselves of more important saving crowns. In the first reading, we were reminded that the Lord fashioned us man of dust from the soil. Then He breathed into His nostrils a breath of life, and thus became a living being. When we were baptized, when we were anointed with chrism of the crown at the crown of our head, this reminds us of our dignity, the royal crown, which God has given us, His children. Sabi sa katekismo ng Katolikong Pilipino, ang sakramento ng binyag may nagbigay ng permanenteng tanda o tatak. Ito ang tatak ng Diyos sa inyo, ang katibayan ng inyong katubusan pagdating ng takdang araw. Nagpapalakas ito ng sariling pagkakakilanlan at mananampalataya. A baptized person belongs forever to Christ, is marked with the indelible seal of Christ, the royal crown. In the second reading, we are reminded that because of the obedience of the one, the many will be made righteous. And the price paid for it, the crown of thorns of Jesus. For our sake, the one Jesus Christ suffered the blame and punishment which was supposed to be ours. The crown of thorns reminds us of how valuable we are in the sight of God. Kapag ang mas nangingibabaw sa paligid natin ay fear, takot, remember these two crowns. Tandaan po natin yung dalawang crowns na ito. Hindi yung worldly crown, ang mundong pagdanasa, at hindi lamang yung corona, crown, virus. Pero, mangibabaw naman sa atin ng higit our royal crown, the mark given to us when we were baptized, and the crown of thorns of Jesus. Some practicality. When our defenses during these difficult times are weak, how do we strengthen our defenses? We can pick up from our gospel, from the word of Jesus. First of all, the defensive power of prayer. When the devil tempted Jesus in our gospel, he was in the state of prayer. A 40 days retreat, in fact, in the desert. Prayer surrounds us with God's shield and protection. Prayer will surround us with God's shield and protection. In Matthew 26:41, Jesus reminded the apostles, "Watch and pray that you may not undergo the test." So first, the defensive power of prayer. And secondly, the defensive shield of God's Word. After each and every temptation of Jesus, he rebuked the devils by countering him with quote from Scriptures. The defensive shield of God's Word. My friends, how do we resist the fear, the temptation, the devil in these difficult times of our times? It is by fortifying our inner fortress with the power of prayer and the shield of God's Word. Hindi takot. Palakasin natin ang sarili sa kapangyarihan ng panalangin at sa proteksyon ng salita ng Diyos. I want to leave you with this quote from Prophet Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10. Pwede mo bang sabay-sabay natin basahin? So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hands. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.